Okay, so we have some scrambled egg, and this is one of my favourite dishes. It's a great snack, it's high in protein, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So we've got some butter, we've got some eggs. 7 eggs, because I'm making this for 2 people, and yes, there is a lot of butter in that pan. I get that. I'm not showing you how to make a healthier version. I'm showing you the method for making scrambled eggs. Okay, I'm aware that it is not that healthy, and that's something that we can work on. So I've got the butter melting. I'm going to use the Maurice here just to move that butter around. I could put it on a higher heat, but that's going to brown the butter. And I don't want it to brown, I just want it in a liquid state. So putting some pressure on the butter with the Maurice or spatula, stirring it around whilst it's over a medium-low heat, is going to melt it perfectly for when I can add my eggs in just a few moments. So what are we doing when we cook eggs? Well, basically we're allowing for a chemical reaction to take place called coagulation. Now, coagulation is effectively how the egg becomes from a liquid to a solid state. So I'm adding the eggs now into that pan, into that butter. I'm going to continue to stirring it, allowing for that heat to come through. So we've got this chemical reaction. The egg proteins that are there, they begin as folded chains of amino acids. As they are heated, that energy from the heat is being transferred into the egg, and the molecules in the albumin of the egg, it begins to break its shape and it begins to unfold. These folded chains, they start to unfold, and as they do, they start to link to each other, and they kind of make a mesh, as it were, like a net or a mesh. Trapped inside the mesh, in the little holes in the mesh, there's small pockets of water, or probably a better term would be moisture. The longer we cook it, the more the moisture disappears, and the result is a solid. So we can go from a liquid state to a solid state depending on how we're cooking it. Now, we do not want a solid egg. It would be dry, it would be horrible, and it would look like something you probably get from a fast food chain store, okay, which will remain nameless. We've got to control this coagulation, and we do that with heat. So I've got my eggs here. I'm stirring them around. I'm always monitoring. I'm always asking myself questions. Is it ready as yet? How quickly is that egg coagulating? I can stir it. If you look at when I'm stirring, you can see the bottom of the pan. I'm not just doing a token gesture and stirring the top. I'm using the Maurice to really push against the bottom, push right into the corners, and you can start to see those egg curds. That coagulation is starting to happen. What happens though if it starts to get too much? I take it off. I control the heat. I am in control. I've taken it off the heat. I haven't turned the heat off as yet, because I might decide that I want to add a little bit more heat, which I do decide. I continue stirring, and I will carry on with this until the eggs are ready in the way that I want them to be. I will remove and I will put them back on that heat, stirring them all around. So some of the temperatures, this coagulation, it starts at about 63 degrees centigrade. That's when the watery egg whites start to set. At 66 degrees, they're not much hotter, all of the egg whites should be set, and then at 71 degrees centigrade the yolk will be set. If we continue to cook, the moisture will disappear, and you're going to end up with an egg that's lost its tenderness, and I consider as unpalatable. There may be a reason why you want it to be like that, but that's not for me. You can look now, you can see the egg curds are really starting to come together. I've already got my toast in the toaster. I've got my plate there. I'm just going to get that toast out, and it's going to go on that plate, and it's going to be nice and brown. Maillard reaction, we'll discuss that in another video. This is very, very nearly ready. Look at that steam coming off of that saucepan. Okay, you can tell that the heat is still there, and that's called residual heat. That's going to carry on cooking the egg. I can top it up with a little bit more heat from the gas if I decide I need to, and I do here. I'm just turning the gas back on for a few more seconds, and if I remove that pan, that residual heat will carry on cooking that egg. Okay, it's a fast process. What can I add with this egg? Well, many things. I could add some peas, I could add some mange tout, I could add some Savoy cabbage, some smoked salmon, some asparagus, some crab. whole variety of different ingredients can be added for flavour and nutrition as well. Two of my favourites though, one is egg masala, which is a curried egg, really good for breakfast. And here's a strange one for you, scrambled egg and rhubarb. Don't knock it until you've tried it, okay? It's actually quite nice. Putting the egg on here, remember I've got enough egg here for 2 people, so I'm not going to use all of it. Here's the finished egg with one of my favourite toppings, salt and a bit of pepper. And that's it, all done.